Big Mom's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Lizard are here with you today to talk about Sister Wives Tell All Part 4, Season 18, Episode 18.
To be honest with y'all, I was looking forward to the end of this.
Don't say it yet.
No,
Do not jump to the very end before we start. I'll be very upset with
It's
you.
been like what 4 parts now.
Yes.
I was so glad.
I know. I think okay, this is what I just said to my family. I love Sister Wives most of the time. Every season before this, I have wished that the season was longer, that there were more episodes, that just more. But this season felt emotionally abusive as a fan.
Right?
Like, they have put us through the ringer, and like
All the back and forth.
they finally just straight up told the truth, and so they've been lying to us for 15 years almost. And here's the thing, we're still going to keep tuning in because now we're addicted. We gotta know what happens next.
We gotta hear all the drama.
Anyway, you guys, I am so sorry we didn't even say hello to you. Welcome. We welcome each and every one of you. We are thankful you are here. We know you have about 6 billion options for podcasts or videos. And the fact that
we're glad that you aren't sick of us, though.
Yeah, we're very glad you're not sick of us, hopefully. But for those of you, the usual 200-300 people who always listen, thank you so much. If you take a moment to click a like or the subscribe button, because it's free, it just means that you want to hear more from us. And you just never know when we're going to come out with something new that you may love. But thank you guys. That is the whole point. I just want to say thank you.
How do you feel about the season? Put down in the comments. Did you think it was just like any other season, or we also like Gosh, but this felt like it was forever, just like how
It was emotionally exhausting every episode.
Because like they put you in a new kind of like emotional like pull, and then they would like suddenly stop and then go to something entirely different.
Yeah,
like half the episode.
They yank you around a lot. So here we go. As far as we know from the get-go, this is the last one of the season, and everyone says they're all talking about Christine getting married, and Mary says that she is very happy and excited for Christine, and she has met David a couple times, and Janelle says she really likes him. She thinks they're great. And Cody said he met David for about 15 minutes, and he spent more time talking to Robin, I guess, and Robin thought he was sweet. Well, she thinks everything and everyone is sweet until they're unsafe. Am I right? Come on, guys. If you agree with me on that one, hit the subscribe button, okay? Give me that one. I let everybody win episodes all the time. They never, ever let me win one. But that would make me feel very happy and jolly this Christmas if y'all could just hit that subscribe button. By the way, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. What were the other ones?
Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Yule, Happy Festivus, Happy Holidays.
Winter solstice, Happy Santa Claus Giving
Happy
Day.
Boxing Day, Happy St. Lucia Day, Happy New Year, Happy everything. I just want you all to be happy.
And if you don't celebrate anything, enjoy the life.
Exactly, just be happy.
Right.
Exactly, just be whatever makes you happy.
Eat a candy cane, not for the holidays, but because,
But not the peppermint ones, because I think peppermint is gross.
If you buy a Dollar Tree, there's some good hot cocoa ones that everyone in this house is addicted to now.
Dude, they actually taste like chocolate, which never happens with candy canes. So then after everybody talks about the thing about David, they show a whole recap of Cody and Christine's lunch and that whole nonsense. And
Cody and Christine are like reacting to each other.
Right. And Cody is whining about Christine laughing and mocking his pain. And of course, because we know Cody likes to feel sorry for himself. Do you guys hear Miss Molly May whining? Because she wants to be held and part of the podcast. So Molly May, you want to say hi, everybody?
No,
Molly May's our little Tweenie, and she has her little elf costume on,
and
and
she
so does Rascal. And they're just
also
thinking
watched the
things.
episode with Mom, so
They do. They're
she's also sick of Cody's nonsense.
so she's gonna help us make fun of Cody. So Christine said that she had had to hide a lot of her emotions and things from Cody, and now she doesn't. And Cody is at fault for marrying a woman he didn't love. And of course, that he's never made a big secret of that in the last
I don't
little
mean to
while.
be that person, but technically they were never married.
True.
Spiritually, they were, but legally.
And at the time, that was what mattered to them, you know?
Yeah.
And then after the commercial, Suki asks Christine if she thinks Robin really wants to live polygamy. And she says, no, not at all, because she never really has. So, you know. And Cody said that Christine doesn't know Robin at all. And let's be real, I don't think she does.
No.
And she doesn't seem like how they don't know, she doesn't know Mary. And she probably doesn't even really know Cody anymore because he's gone through his menopause and he's a whole different kind of man
And
now,
let's be honest, if she didn't leave Cody, her and Janelle probably wouldn't know each other too well.
right?
Because they all have this like barrier between them.
Well, and especially Robin because Cody always kept her apart,
Yeah.
you know, in her own apartment, in their own houses, you know, kept her apart. Always had to be with her more, had to make sure they had more, you know, things like that. So he's always kept her distance from his other wives and kids because he didn't want her and their kids tainted by the memories of what he did in the past.
Yeah.
He just wanted to start new with them. Um, and Cody or Christine says that that Cody needs to let go and stop being angry. And I agree. I mean,
And then for the whole entire episode, Cody's like, I just want to stop talking crap about me to my kids, and all I could hear was my sperm donor's voice, and like, you're brainwashing my kids against me. I just want to hear from the kids, apologies, and I'm just like, dude, you're the one who isn't letting go.
We live that one.
You are the one who isn't letting go.
Yeah, we live that one, didn't we?
And is all busy with her dude. She's kind of like,
she's not thinking about you, fella.
She's like Andy 420 right now. She got a good dude, and so she's like,
Nobody hears from her.
Yeah, she's not answering
She's
messages.
busy.
Yeah, right. She got her dude. She don't got time.
When you got a new man, and when you got that new
well, like you find that person that you just click with, and you're just like,
exactly. But also when you get some good D, when you ain't had none for a real long time, believe me.
And according to David, she kisses really well.
Well, we ain't got there yet. Calm down.
Come on, everyone was wondering. Everyone was worried.
But thankfully, Cody says there will be no more wives because he would have to tell her that he won't love her as much as he does Robin. And that's honest.
I'd point out that Suki asked him straight up, if Robin went out and found a wife, introduced her to you, would you take her in? And he was like, no.
He'd be like, no, Robin. But has he ever said no, Robin? I don't think he has.
Right?
But
no. He said no, Robin, when she said, like, could you please try to fix anything with Mary? And he said no, Robin.
Oh, true. The one and only no.
Could you let go of your anger and figure it out with Christine? No, Robin. Could you at least handle it with Janelle? No, Robin.
As we talk, I am being severely distracted by the cuteness of a chunky Chewini laying upside down, being pouty and whiny for pets. And
just imagine you're here right now and you see this little
when she lays upside down like this,
she looks like a little bat
because she has these long pointy ears and they're pointing up, and her little fang teeth hang out of her lips whenever she's upside down, and she looks like a little bat. And she's so damn cute. But anyway, back to the show. I am so sorry. It's almost the holidays, you guys. It's like a week till Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and
we're all a little fried, and it's been a lot around here.
The baby some elf Jim Jams, so
Yeah, and they were from Dollar Tree.
$5 for these cute, and they have like the individual like holes for like the legs.
Yeah, and it's so and then you wear it without having, you don't have to take it off every time they potty. Because their holes are built around it.
Yeah.
So you just leave it on them as, you know, so
and especially for Molly, who has such short hair, it's great for her.
Yeah, it keeps her warm because she's always cold like me because she had no hair.
Anyway,
So Cody said that it feels disrespectful to be happy.
no,
Sorry,
Robin.
Robin. Can't read my right. Robin said it feels disrespectful to be happy with Cody, and she wants their off-camera, face-to-face permission, basically, from the other wives. But they all said on camera in front of everybody, which we all know, you say stuff on camera
Yeah,
because you want to look good and whatnot and
Yeah.
whatever. Cody's not great at that. Cody is what keeps the tell-alls alive.
yeah,
He's the live wire right now.
right.
Um,
Also, to say, everyone, when Robin was crying, and like, I know we all
we
said,
haven't got there yet. We're almost there. Calm down. I know, but I'm not done yet. But they all said that they wanted Robin and Cody to be happy together. But that's why she said she wanted an off-camera discussion. Because again, you can not have to put on that PR face. And you
right?
can just be honest. So I totally get that, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen, especially from Christine, because Christine has a deep hatred for Robin.
Right.
And
I honestly,
I think at this point she's just doesn't want anything to do with Mary, and there's no animosity. She's just like, I don't want to build the friendship.
I just want my bestie Janelle and my now husband,
Right.
David.
And that's fine. Who cares, you
I
know?
think so that when Robin was crying, you could tell, like, even if you couldn't really see the tears, that the choking up that she had
Yeah.
was very genuine. I will say that I will fully believe that she is absolutely devastated. And while, like, they might have not seen her as family,
Hmm.
although I think Mary really tried,
Yeah.
Robin obviously felt something like family toward them.
Yes.
And honestly, I think if it wasn't for Cody being an absolute frick up, selfish dude, I think that might have actually worked out pretty well. Like if he could actually share his time equally with them,
Yeah.
he can still like love Robin, but you can't just be a dick to the other three just because you got the new one.
Well, before we get there, Christine says that David is very aware and observant of her and calls him the love of her life. And who is David? He says he was married over 20 years. They had 8 kids. They have 10 grandkids. But she passed about 11 years ago. And so he dated for a while, but he kind of decided to stop dating because, after that long, you just kind of get sick of it.
Yeah.
And so whenever he got approached by Christine, his daughter thought he was being catfished. Because really, who would expect
I mean,
a
with
TV star?
especially what happened with Mary.
Yeah, and so they thought it was funny that they thought she was the catfish.
Yeah.
So, and um, and he saw that she loves life and loves her quirkiness a lot. And I
Yeah.
think that's the thing. There's always someone who will love the quirkiness about you that someone else can't stand.
Like, yeah. And
Whether it's a friend, a spouse, or what,
like as she said,
coworker.
like as she said that Cody just wanted the positive side and never wanted the actual, little errors or faults in her.
Yes.
But and also that makes us think all those times during the show where Christine was keeping that happy face, being the positive, optimistic.
Yeah.
You wonder how much she had to be forcing that now with him, especially since that's what he was basically demanding of her, and especially on a live TV show.
Yeah, but I mean, I know that would be tough. I can't imagine trying to stay on
So,
when
so
you're,
I'm just saying, we're kind of understanding why she had such a "woo, I'm done with this guy" moment right after.
Oh, I did when I divorced your sperm donor. Oh, yeah, I had that moment. But David said this, there's no drama with her. They were very attracted to each other, and she wasn't bossy. And then they replay clips of her talking about dating, with her kids at Easter. I think it was they were dyeing eggs.
Yeah.
And talking about how Cody wasn't attracted to her, and we all knew that they've been talking about this for years,
Right.
and she even said that whenever her grown kids came to her and said, we know this is how it is with dad, and this isn't okay, this isn't right, that's what made her start thinking about leaving.
Yeah.
Not the other way around. She didn't go to them, they came to her.
But Cody is convinced that she has brainwashed and convinced all of them to talk behind his back. And he's like, she's not trash about me. Dude, you admitted to her that you weren't attracted to her. You said it.
Yeah,
You're
and
the
you
one
think
who's-
your kids aren't gonna watch the show?
Right? Just because you don't allow Robin and her kids watch it doesn't mean all the other ones who are adults now
Right.
aren't watching.
So then Christine says that she and David have matching tattoos. They didn't get them at the same time, but he got one to match hers, and it means new beginning
Yes.
and
It's like a Celtic
symbol for a
yeah.
new beginning. Yeah, thank you. I forgot that one. And Cody said he's upset about the video that they showed about the Easter discussing, how she's really, really nervous about dating because Cody's the only person she ever kissed and he wasn't attracted to her. And so that made her very self-conscious. And he says basically that she's talking shit about him to the kids and says she, quote, set the kids against him, unquote. And then also, quote, they are wanting her to side with her against me, unquote.
And that's not what's
They're
happening.
having a conversation.
And I think he forgets that most of his kids are grown adults. They can understand it.
Who are also parents.
Right? Like, you think that, and the fact that they're the ones who basically said, Mom, he's treating you like crap.
Yep.
And you're thinking that she's the one who, he's delusional.
Yes.
This is the same reason why me and Mallow won't talk to our sperm donor.
Yeah, he's so very paranoid. But we all we know that the kids knew already, so I can't stand. And he said that she told the kids, and that's why he can't forgive her. So, I mean, the adult kids need to talk to Cody.
Right.
Send him an email, a text, something, and be like, look, you got it twisted. Stop saying this shit on TV because it's not true.
But again, like, why do the kids have to go tell their dad that he's being an absolute dick? Like, why, again, and they tried talking to him, and he just told, like, you either apologize to Robin or.
Well, and again, he backtracked on that, realized that he was speaking out of turn.
But again, it's he did that to his own kids.
Oh yeah.
He again,
So did yours.
I mean, yeah.
So Cody said, and I quote, if she's really in love, like she says, this would all end. The trash talking me and trash talking me to the kids and trash talking me on the show, because if she's really in love, she should be over it. Well, just because you're over something doesn't mean you can't still tell your story. You know what I mean?
And as she said before at like the restaurant, he thinks she's thinking about him way more than she actually is. She's not thinking about him a lot. She was just talking about him because,
yes,
it was brought up in conversation. It's not like she's going around making sure everyone knows.
And when you meet someone and you start dating and you get serious, you tell them, your story of, how,
right?
Like, I kind of know how you're from TV a little bit. And we don't even know if he ever watched the show, really.
Apparently, she asked him about the Christine he's on the show, and basically the Christine knows. So maybe he did look a little bit into it. Or maybe his family watched it, because he said he does have 8 kids and 10 grandkids.
Right, true.
One of them has to be watching it.
Maybe the daughter that thought he was getting catfish.
Right. Alright, like, hey, have you heard about this woman? It's like, Dad, you're getting it's a scam.
And so then we talk about how Cody didn't like kissing her. And David says she's a great kisser, so he don't know what, Cody's worried about or what he's talking about. And Christine said, it's nice to be confident in a relationship where I can just be me. That is so true. That is how I felt when I met Papa, because I always felt like I was pretending to be someone else for someone else.
Yeah.
And then Cody says he still thinks Christine is Machiavellian, but he says that all wives do it to their husbands. And in a way, I mean, I wouldn't say Machiavellian, like that kind of like invested, trying to do secrets and backstabbing kind of thing.
Yeah.
But everybody does the little
snide comments, a little digs,
manipulation to get what we want sometimes. But that's every human on the planet, not just wives.
Molly does all the time. When she, like when we have a sausage, she's like, the little puppy eyes, a little whine. She's like, "Oh, I'm starving. Can't you tell you never feed me?
You never pet me ever.
Even though my
you're-"
bowl's full right now."
But and that David said he disagrees about Christine, and he says she might be a little clueless, and we can all agree with that. Yeah,
I like that he's like she's not manipulative. She's just a little she's
clueless.
yeah she's a little naive sometimes.
And so they asked about David's impression of Cody. And okay, y'all, we know that they've had PR consultants prepping David up and down the wazoo. He knows exactly what to say because they give them the questions beforehand so they can go over it with our PR people.
Right. You could tell he wanted to say something a little bit worse.
And you can tell that Cody's either really medicated or like he has a really, really good PR coach who has whipped his ass into shape.
He had like a therapist and a PR coach both at him for like hours.
Yeah, or Robin sitting in the wings with divorce papers with a pen saying, "You fuck up. You fucked up. Do it. I dare you."
Right.
Just saying, that would be a fun little twist, wouldn't it?
I'm pretty sure she's getting sick of all of his negative nonsense.
Yeah. But David said that Cody wears his emotions on his sleeves a lot. And he says, "Would I be like that? No." But he wants you to hear him. And that again, that's a very good PR thing,
A way of saying he talks too much.
and loudly to get what he wants.
Right.
And Cody says again, "For David's sake, Christine has to destroy my character, or David doesn't feel like he can marry her because she left a good man. I'm not a bad guy." And Suki tells him that David doesn't feel that way at all after she, spending the time,
Yeah.
interviewing him or whatever. And he probably doesn't. It's not personal to him. He's happy that Cody fucked up so that he's got the woman of his dreams
Right.
now.
And I've noticed something. The way that the interview pans out, you can tell that it was Christine and Janelle that did it first. Then it was Mary, and then it was Cody and Robin. Because you could tell by how they act.
Yes.
Because remember, Mary got told after that Christine and Janelle had told about the ring story, and then again, like
I 100% agree with you.
They-
You're right.
because she had already talked to Mary, Janelle, and Christine, when she told Robin they want you to be happy with Cody, and told Cody that's not how David feels at all. So obviously those two were last.
I completely agree. I hadn't thought about that, but you're right.
It makes really weird how they did that, considering that it doesn't take place in Flagstaff, supposedly, or somewhere near there.
I would imagine, but I don't.
But most of them are in Utah right now. So they took the three that are the farthest away to do theirs first, and got the two closest. I think they did it on purpose to basically get the three wives were saying, and then poke it back at Robin or Cody. Because remember how
Interesting.
Robin says like I feel it'd be disrespectful. And she's like, actually, I talked to all three of them, and they say you're good to go, lady.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and it's like he talks. He probably has the worst view of me. She's like, actually, I talked to him about that.
Right.
Basically, able to clap back at them.
And immediately,
Yeah.
because he had been getting kind of more of his more aggressive stance, leaning forward, pointing the finger. His tone got a little more like
Sharper.
forced to it, and a little more volume.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, his training's wearing off, or his meds are, one of the two. And I was getting ready to see like crazy Cody from last season. But immediately after she says, "Oh no, he doesn't feel that way at all," his immediate posture change. He sits back in his seat. He kind of adjusts his jacket, like a little bit, like just to rolls his shoulders. And his tone immediately goes back to that medicated. "Oh yeah, this is how," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the immediate
He got
effect.
so much coaching on that.
But the immediate effect of her saying that David doesn't think bad of you was immediate. Like he actually cared that David would think bad of him.
Think about it. He only cared what David, the dude, thought about him, and he's still like, I just want an apology from my kids. Dude.
No, dude. You gotta let that one go because that's in the past, and he recanted that. He apologized for it.
Toward the later in the episode, he does say, I still want my kids to basically get their some kind of like a forgiveness from them.
Okay, I don't know. But the only thing he said about that after he sat back and chilled a second was, "That's good." And it's like he really cared what Christine's been telling David about him and like what he might actually think of him.
Right?
And he
It's really
doesn't.
weird. It's really weird.
And his paranoia is like out of this world. He was fully expecting for David to be all about him, and David's like, "Thanks for letting my woman go. Appreciate it."
Right?
And and so Cody's like, "I vetted Robin differently because I had to know she didn't leave a good man. I vetted her hard. I had to be able to take a chance on that." And he said, Christine needs to stop telling my children I'm not a good man. I'm never getting over that until these kids come to me."
Yeah.
Well, no, he's saying they need to come and tell me themselves that this isn't the way what I'm saying isn't true. That's what I'm saying. Like they just need to like send a fucking email, a text, a video message, or a chat or voice message, and just be like, "Dude, this is the reality. Stop saying stupid shit."
Though, as a child of these type of fathers, they never learn. Like they don't. They don't. I mean, how we blocked him started with us saying Happy Father's Day and boil it down to him talking nonsense about libtards and all snowflakes, and we're just like, you're exhausting, dude. I don't blame him for not wanting to talk to him. He's
Yeah.
I bet he's exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even Robin's exhausted with you, dude. She's like,
I need other wives to take them off my hands a few days a week.
And like, she's like, I need some other girls to talk crap about you, dude.
And so then we see David and Christine together, and David says that we're awesome together, and they talk about the proposal in Moab. It was a surprise proposal, and they discuss their wedding details. And Christine said she's reached out to Robin's kids, but has had no response. We're not shocked because we'll get to that. Mary isn't invited, but her kiddos are. And Cody's mom and siblings are invited, and some of them are going. And they just don't want anyone awkward for them to be there.
And Mary says also gets asked, and she's like, I understand.
She's like, she doesn't expect an invite, and she's okay with it.
She's like, I wouldn't want to see one of my husband's ex-wives that I ain't along with at my wedding either.
But Mary said she hopes to find someone who loves and accepts her for who she is and cherishes her and knows her heart and likes it. And that was a big dig at Cody because he's always talking about how he doesn't like her.
Yeah.
And they asked if Janelle can ever reconcile with Cody, and she said no, but she would want to be friends.
Which makes sense.
But they're talking about their celebrity crushes, right?
Yeah.
Well, Janelle's is Gerard Butler, Jason Momoa, those type of big, muscularly dudes.
Yeah.
Mary's, she's like, I don't care, just tall, 6 foot, but she really, really digs Matthew McConaughey.
And I would point out that Cody also knew. I was like, oh, I definitely know Mary's.
Well, yeah, because they've known each other for 35 years.
Again, he said that as like talking about like an old friend of like, oh yeah, I remember that. And yet he says how much he doesn't like her. But they get along well if it's not for like a romantic sense.
Right? It just, yeah.
But he refuses to like see anything with her.
Cody does a softball because he doesn't want to upset Robin. It says Sophia Loren. Okay. Who is deceased, by the way? She is really old. She was really old.
Apparently she was a
big hit when he was 6. But yeah, anyway, I think that was just for Robin's sake, to be honest. He knows not to rock the boat with women.
Who's Robin's again?
Ryan Reynolds.
I
get that.
Okay, that.
And Cody says, this is the end here. Cody says, that's why I had to get 6-pack abs so I can compete with these guys. And I'm like, nah, dude, you don't compete with any of those dudes. None of them.
Also, Jason Momoa is not just 6-pack abs. He is actual muscle, not like the, like you water weight. You lose all that water weight and you get but he's like actual like muscle with like.
He's a big dude anyway. Yeah. He's a big guy. Yeah,
And I agree with her. Those guys are actually attractive. I don't find the dudes who are like you can see every muscle outline when they're
yeah,
like
no,
it's very
like The Rock about a decade ago when he was at his
yeah,
biggest.
it's
Yeah,
very gross to
yeah,
me.
I agree.
You need like a little layer on there.
And then we find out that they're gonna air Christine's wedding on January 7th, y'all. You are not done with us yet. You've got to come back so we can discuss the wedding and we can talk
Oh
about
my
everything.
God.
I know weddings aren't your big thing, but I love weddings and
Here's the
planning
thing.
them.
Here's the thing. I actually love weddings. I think they're beautiful. I think they're romantic, and if done right and done for the right reasons, they can be the most magical, beautiful, emotional event they should be. I'm just sick of these people. If this wedding was more like, hey, we got to get more video to get people watching in.
Well, yeah, it's all a money thing for them because,
See, you could just go on their Instagram and it's on there. All the pictures are on there.
but there's no video because you have to watch their special.
Yeah.
But we don't know at this point if that's just going to be airing as a special or if that's going to be the start. They're going to air another season already, and I don't think that's possible.
Either way, Cody is still being a pessimistic douche.
Okay, and here's my
As
thing.
a
I am
boy.
going to reiterate. I don't know if everybody heard it. It was on one of my insight episodes for this stuff. Some of you don't listen to that, and that's okay. But my insight on this, and I believe it firmly to be true, think I've finally convinced Lizard that I'm right. But I think we have been duped by Cody
And the thing is,
for 15 years almost, and the thinking that number one, he doesn't really have a favorite wife, which we all know he did.
Well,
Number two, that he's been giving equal time to all of his wives and equal resources,
well, that's
which we
been
know
proven
isn't true. But he's also led us on about the fact that
that Robin has any kind of actual say in the relationship. Honestly, most of the relationship is her basically placating him, and it's obvious that her and her kids don't watch the show. Anything that they get told about the other wives
only comes from Cody.
or Mary, who sucks up to Cody's butt for like so many years, and obviously they never. Janelle and Christine never really got close with Robin. Either it was because of the issues with that.
It was jealousy.
Yeah, or like and anything. Obviously, Robin thinks all of them as a more of a family than they all will ever think of her as, which is really sad. But I honestly hope that they can move forward. And again, as they all say, they deserve to be happy. Christine realized what he meant by he met a soulmate, and she's like, I realized what it was. So suddenly, I was looking at David like,
I do not believe for a second that Robin feels the same way about Cody.
I think she fell in love with the family more than him. And again,
The idea of a family that they sold her, which wasn't
I
true.
agree with Cody when that he says that Christine doesn't know Robin. I think Robin honestly
I don't think Janelle has any clue who she is either.
I honestly believe Robin loves the idea of a big family. Even if like and again, like she got sold this idea of this, loving family, he loves all his wives. And she didn't come in from a plural family. She came in from an ex-husband. And she's like again, like Mary divorced him so that he could adopt our kids. And she's thinking like, oh, we're all getting along great. Oh, we're having
But again, I think all of that was set up by Cody. Everybody's blaming Robin, okay? But in their marriage, okay, he is the patriarch. He is the head of the family. They submit to him. They follow his lead. You guys are forgetting that, and that has been pushed so hard this season and last season that I'm stupid and didn't follow my own freaking rule about life. Is when people show you who they are, believe them.
right.
Cody has proven over and over again that he is controlling with Robin. He pushed her into things in Vegas. He pushed her into buying that house in Flagstaff. She did not want it. All she wanted was a rental so that they could start building out at Coyote Pass. She begged him and begged him and begged him not to buy that house.
But he did anyway.
But he did it anyway.
And
And forced her to put her name on it too. He bullied her into it. I rewatched I think it was season 14,
So,
all that was going down. And I rewatched it and I was like, I had forgotten all about that.
I also had to point out that we saw, especially with these last few interviews, it's that Christine, Janelle, and Mary, we're not really allowed to say anything to Robin for fear of bullying her. And it wasn't that Robin was saying that they were bullying her. It was Cody saying, you're bullying Robin.
Well,
You can't say anything.
Robin and her children have very, very tender feelings. The other ones, because they grew up in that multi-family household where there was always tensions and fighting going on and people had to pitch in together because that's what you had to do.
Yeah.
They didn't get that experience,
No.
okay? When they came in, the money started rolling. They didn't live through the food stamp years and the food pantry years and the moving because you got evicted because you can't pay your rent years. They didn't get to
Right.
know any of that,
And then quickly after that, they had to leave Utah, and then they were in Las Vegas.
which is another thing that she didn't want. She has said since season 1, they had to move whenever she got divorced. Then whenever they moved to Lehigh to be with them, there was another move. And then as soon as they got moved in there, they had to get packed and moved to Vegas. Like she literally said, just unpacked her last boxes, moving to Lehigh when they had to turn around and emergency pack to move to Vegas.
Yeah.
And she's like, promise me this is where we're going to stay. I want a forever home. I don't want to move anymore. Promise me. And he was like, yeah. And then as soon as Dayton gets accepted, they're all like, let's move.
And here's the thing though, she also, apparently, according to their vows, she's told him, if you ever fall in love with me, don't keep holding me on. And honestly, that makes me think she was way more self-conscious at that point about him with his wives.
Yep.
She had this whole, again, like they put on her head that he loves his wives. Like, hey, if anything happens, don't keep me hanging there. I
don't lead me on.
basically, and that honestly shows a lot about what she was thinking when she first came into the family.
And I know that things have been shown to us maybe a certain way. And I'm not saying she's completely innocent. Again, as humans, we all manipulate and do things to try to get our way.
And here's the thing, if she's known throughout this family dynamic to just lean on Cody, he'll get us through the whatever's going on. Because then moving there, immediately moving to Vegas because that their marriage was against the law.
Yeah.
She was probably leaning heavily on Cody, who's the patriarch, and said,
Because she was, again, moved to a place, well, none of them knew anybody there.
Right.
But she didn't even know her own family.
And obviously, Christine and Janelle weren't really happy about her.
And didn't welcome her or try to get to know her at
And
all.
Mary was the whole ring situation, plus having to get divorced to have Robin in.
Yeah, I mean,
no wonder she just only knows what Cody's telling her.
Right? And I'm telling y'all, if you go back and watch, I know I am getting so much hate. Some of y'all are typing already. I can feel it out there in the universe. I'm not saying she's completely innocent at all. No one is.
No, she's a
She's
a grown adult with now some fully grown children.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like you can't. Again, all of them could have been worked well together, and all this could have been done in such a better way. And it's
all Cody's fault.
Again, he's the central point of all this.
Christine and Janelle blame Robin because she's the other woman in the situation. Let's be real. But then, so they always treated her as such. And the fact that Cody always kept Robin separate, and maybe she didn't know that he was giving her extra time.
Right.
Maybe she didn't know that he was giving her extra
Because
funds or resources. Maybe, he tells her what he wants her to know, and she's not allowed to talk to anybody else.
And obviously, he was telling Christine and Janelle and Mary to not tell Robin anything negative because, don't be bothering Robin with all this.
Yeah, you can't be bullying Robin about anything.
Again, like he was going from playing both sides, and it was making Robin look terrible.
And every little thing that hurt her feelings, he flipped over because he couldn't stand to see her upset because he loves her. And and maybe, again, I don't believe that he never loved the first 3. I think he thought he was in love with them.
Yeah, he had like a family type of love for them. Like, you take care of people, you live with them for a long while. It's a family type of love.
And I firmly believe that for all 3 of them, it was partly lust. They were in lust with each other in the beginning. You can't have sex or mess around or even kiss until you're married.
Well,
so let's get married.
Well, according to Christine, Cody never wanted to kiss just for fun with her.
Well, and that's sad. And that's why she was afraid of not being a good kisser. And David's like, oh, yes, you were.
Right.
And yeah. So I think he's given her confidence back.
And that also makes me think that he never wanted to kiss her outside of, anything like intimate. But then he gave Robin a kiss before going back to her at the hospital, and she was having their baby at the beginning of this whole entire series.
Yeah, he couldn't keep his lips off of her. They
Again,
were always kissing, and when
Yeah.
otherwise found out about it, that started some issues. The fact that he broke all the rules with her,
and you also
and it's because he was actually in love with her.
and also Robin didn't come from a plural marriage, so she's probably trusting him on all those rules too.
Yeah, like
You didn't know,
because again, you follow his lead.
Right.
He is the man of the family,
and that's what the other wives say. He is the man of the family.
and so I don't know. It's all damn
Like,
mess.
again, if you go back and look at everything with everything you know now,
It makes so much because it never made sense
and then
that Robin had all this power over Cody, and yet Cody was always running his face and fucking shit up. But she would always follow behind him, trying to clean up his messes, trying to repair the relationships that he kept breaking. That he kept breaking because he wanted him to leave because he only wanted to be with you, Robin. It was a vicious cycle of around and around and around and around. And I am so happy that Christina's the one that broke that cycle and got out, which kind of like led the way
Honestly,
for everyone else.
Robin definitely knows it now. I know that she realizes this now, and that's probably like the guilt of being disrespectful to them.
Yeah,
And I honestly hope that they do have an off the camera, at least a call to her and be like,
yeah, for sure.
live your life, girl. Be happy.
Exactly.
Again, like it didn't work out, and Mary now has her own business with her friend and her husband up.
I really hope she's got a secret boyfriend that she's gonna whip out next
Right?
season.
Janelle's gonna find a big
Or
dude.
girlfriend.
Maybe. Maybe she'll just find a bunch of like girlfriends, like like just Jen, and they're all gonna hang out together. You don't gotta be married to be happy,
They could be golden girls.
right? You don't gotta be married to be happy. Like I can see,
Right?
I can see Janelle joining clubs and groups and everything, getting into the community.
Janelle is so socially awkward. Unless it's about business, she has no conversation skills.
But again, like find your happiness.
Exactly.
Find your
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. Find your joy, Find your bliss.
That's I believe in it this year.
And you know what? It's a week until Christmas Eve. I hope every single one of you find your joy, find your bliss, find your ho ho ho, be a ho ho ho, whatever floats your hay. Have a glass of sparkling cider or,
No matter what type of ho 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 you're doing, though, be safe.
exactly.
Also, watch out for the ice in the roads, people. It's getting colder, and our own Mallow just had a.
Last night at 10 o'clock, had a car accident.
She took out a
Street sign.
street sign on a overpass.
It was very scary for everybody.
But she is okay. She is okay. She wasn't hurt. Her car's a little,
Just something else in the year of suck to kick us in the teeth before it goes away.
So everyone be safe. It's the holidays. People are rushing.
Yeah, just pay attention, be a little bit more patient. Everything will work out just fine. So until next time, you guys, I want you to be safe, wear your seatbelts, use your turn signals, spay and neuter your pets. Miss Ellie, tomorrow's the 2 weeks after.
Make sure there's no cats under your hood.
Yes, check your vehicles before you turn them on in the morning.
Do a quick knock with the ice pick thing for your car.
Yes, yes. And if you see any outside and if you know they're strays, call the ASPCA or your local, animal control. Get them out of the cold before it starts freezing.
Or if you can afford it, look up some cheap, basically little shelters you can make out of totes.
Yes, they are very
quick
affordable.
Google search. If you can afford it, please do it. They're
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, it's not their fault. They're out there.
But if they are bigger than a small-sized dog, do not bring bobcats or mountain lions into your house. I gotta tell you guys this.
Or raccoons.
Just because they
Or
look cool
groundhogs.
doesn't mean they won't try to eat your face.
Indeed. Thank you for that public service announcement, Lizard.
This is from the everyone in the Midwest who know.
All right, you guys, and please, please be kind to yourself. Be kind to everyone. Everything sucks right now because everybody's stressed out. There's no money. You can't find the thing you want. Everybody drives like an idiot. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. And you know what? Just to make Merry Christmas for y'all from Molly May. Uh-oh. Do one more. Molly May says Merry Christmas. All right, guys. Have a happy new year. If we don't talk to you before then, be safe. We love you. Bye.